But to a political storm that's come almost out of nowhere. Federal Labor leader Anthony Albanese is now being written off as a dead man walking. Last week he was attacked by Labor's Joel Fitzgibbon, who quit his front bench, saying Labor was too mad with global warming. This morning, the Australian's Troy Bramston, a former Kevin Rudd staffer, said Albanese's leadership was on death watch, and the left's Tanya Plibersek was favourite to take over. And 9 newspapers this afternoon said an anonymous dossier claiming to be authored by 5 Labor staffers accused senior members of Albanese's staff of bullying, and said that if this wasn't fixed, there was no way that Labor could fight the next election. Albanese was furious about that.
Anonymously penned letter last night that was posted. It concerns your office.
It's a fake.
Of your office. Is this part of a destabilisation?
It's fake.
It's fake. What makes you say that?
It's fake.
What inquiries have you made that would make you say it's fake?
It's fake.
How would you describe the culture in your office?
It's a very good office. I have an outstanding office. Thanks very much.
Now, in some ways, it's a bit unfair on Albanese to be in this pickle. Labor's only just behind the Morrison government in the polls, and that's after everything has gone for the government. I mean, we've got to be honest. The virus crisis is good for incumbent governments. Took a mismanagement by Trump to stuff that one up. Who wants to hear from oppositions with this virus emergency? But we also have to face facts. As I said on day one, Anthony Albanese, nice guy, but he just doesn't look like a leader. He doesn't have the gravitas, doesn't have the cut-through. And what's he done to knock Labor into shape? It's still away with the pixies on global warming. What brave reforms has he made to the party to show that he's the man in charge, the man with the plan? Truth is, there's no Gough Whitlam. There's no Bob Hawke. There's not even a Kevin Rudd. And those are the only 3 Labor leaders in 50 years who had the presence and the leadership to take Labor from opposition into government. And I can't think of anyone who thinks that Albanese will be the next, not against Prime Minister Scott Morrison, who's more Labor than Labor and way ahead of Albanese as preferred leader. So Labor has a decision to make, lose with Albanese or try its luck with someone else. But let's talk to someone who knows Anthony Albanese better than I do and also knows the people who want him gone. Graham Richardson, former Labor power broker, kingmaker and federal minister, now with Sky News. Graham Richardson, is Anthony Albanese's leadership as dead as some are writing?
I wouldn't have thought so. If it's dead, then I can't see where the numbers are for someone to knock him off. I think Albanese will lead Labor to the next election. I can't see any contender having anything like the numbers to knock him off.
And yet we can't deny there's a lot of dissatisfaction going on. I mean, so much of it's bubbling to the surface in the media. What is the problem, do you think?
Well, the problem is when you trail in the polls, when you've lost as many elections as we have, you need hope. And I think that there's just not enough hope around in Labor. Labor, if you talk to anybody, Labor expects to lose. And I might say it's not a criticism of Albanese, whoever you put up. I can't see anyone beating Morrison. And that's the big problem, that Labor just looks like it's a loser.
Yeah, I think you're right, but walking to an inevitable defeat is never a good option for any party, and whether changing leaders is good or bad, they'll do it just to change something. Who, if they wanted to switch to someone instead of Albanese, who would offer the best contrast with Morrison? I would have thought, I don't know, a woman might be a better place to do that.
Yeah, maybe so. I don't know, but I don't sort of spend my life worrying about things that I don't think will happen. I think that what we've got to get used to is the fact that Albo's there. The numbers are not there to move him. So I think we just have to stand and watch. Now, we are approaching another election where we are expected to lose. You know, I can't see polls telling me that there's any change. We are trailing, and Morrison is just so hard to beat. So I'm not sitting here full of hope and joy, but there's not a lot, I don't have a solution. If I had one, mate, would have put it into action a long time ago.
All right. Well, I'm still going to go for last-minute panic and leadership change, but I'm hearing the wise party elder that they'll just, well, sleepwalk to a defeat, which is not a happy position for anyone to be in the Labor Party. Thank you so much for your time, Graham Richardson.
Thanks, Andrew.